Hey everyone, Arc Drifter here. Summer Games Fest 2025 dropped some incredible titles, and today I'm counting down the top 10 games that blew me away. Let's get to work. Number 10, Mouse PI for Hire. Sliding in at number 10, Mouse PI for Hire is where 1930s rubber hose cartoon style collides with gritty film noir and full-blown FPS mayhem. You play as Jack Pepper, a veteran turned PI on a mission that starts with a simple damsel in distress and spirals into murder, corruption, and mob warfare across Mouseburg. Visually, it's Cuphead meets Doom, entirely in hand-drawn monochrome with a swinging jazz soundtrack that sets the perfect mood. Combat is fast and hilarious. Wield Tommy guns, toss TNT bouquets, spray freeze beams, or bust out the Mind D consciousness gun. And yes, your mouse tail turns into a grappling hook, because I don't think there's any game that's complete without a grappling hook these days. On top of that, it blends in Metroidvania style exploration, non-linear maps, power-up bending machines, clues, side quests, even minigames, so you're never just blasting, you're investigating too. Anchored by Troy Baker's voice, you know him from The Last of Us and Indiana Jones and lots of other things, this ambitious indie is satirical yet mature, tackling themes like political corruption and social inequality wrapped in cartoony charm. Coming in 2025 on all major platforms, it's a style-driven standout with bigger ambitions than its art. Definitely one to watch. At number 9, Out of Words is an enchanting handcrafted stop-motion co-op platformer from Kong Orange and Wiredfly, with a visual vibe that's like It Takes Two comes to life in clay. You and a friend control Kurt and Carla, the characters who've actually lost their voices, on a journey through the whimsical realm of Vocabulantis. I hope I said that right. This isn't just cuteness. It has physics-based puzzles, gravity-flipping gameplay, and perfectly timed platform challenges that require true teamwork. Local couch co-op or online crossplay is available. The need to know of this game is either you're in sync or you're stuck. The story is deeply emotional too. As Kurt and Carla retrace the moment they first held hands, they're also searching for their lost voices. It's intimate, evocative, like a visual metaphor for connection and communication. Visually, it's pure handcrafted magic. Every set, every puppet meticulously made for that tactile stop-motion feel. Even people like Hideo Kojima praised it as simple, gentle, and beautiful, which you always like to see praise from Hideo Kojima, one of the gods of this industry. It's coming in 2026 to PC, PS5, and Xbox. If you love the emotional co-op flow of It Takes Two, Out of Words is a heartfelt platformer you might want to keep your eye on. Stranger Than Heaven is RGG Studios' moody, neo-noir detective epic. Think LA Noire meets Yakuza. You play as Mako Daido, an introspective detective navigating multiple eras, 1915 Japan's rain-soaked streets, and a glitzy 1943 metropolis, chasing ghosts, crime, and maybe himself. In gritty third-person combat, you'll punch, shoot, toss molotovs, even throw enemies off ledges. Survival mechanics like hunger, thirst, smoking meters, and morality QTEs add emotional pressure. Choices like mercy or wrath matter. The trailer oozes noir atmosphere, smoky jazz clubs, neon-lit alleys, morally ambiguous characters, and a whispered line, "I've been asking myself the same thing," when questioned about his identity. It's deeper than crime, it's a journey into the soul. Developed by RGG Studio, same people that made Yakuza Like a Dragon, and published by Sega, it's a bold tonal shift. It currently doesn't have a release date, but it's supposed to be coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Number 7, Fractured Blooms. Claiming the number 7 spot, Fractured Blooms is a unique blend of cozy life simulation and psychological horror, all wrapped up in a haunting time loop narrative. From Serenity Forge, the people that made Doki Doki Literature Club, the game casts you as Angie, a young woman stuck in a single, repeating day, tending her home, garden, and meals, until the world beneath the surface begins to fracture. What starts like Harvest Moon, planting crops, cooking meals, cleaning your house, it takes a dark turn as days fracture. Blood-stained walls, unsettling whispers, and slowly revealed mysteries puncture the normalcy of routine. Each loop is a strategic puzzle. Manage food, energy, and time while you dig deeper into stranger events. The loop remembers everything, your actions, your discoveries, and shapes your path forward. This is a deeply personal story inspired by real-life experiences, one that Serenity Forge hopes will spark empathy and insight into quiet suffering. Currently PC exclusive on Steam, Fractured Blooms has no firm release date yet, but its emotional, creeping revelations make it a standout among indie titles, especially if you like your cozy with a side of creeping dread. The developers literally described it as Harvest Moon meets Silent Hill, so do with that what you will. At number 6, Scott Pilgrim EX brings back the beloved retro beat-em-up franchise with a fresh twist. Developed by Tribute Games, known for Shredder's Revenge, and written by creator Brian Lee O'Malley, it picks up after the anime series Scott Pilgrim takes off. Expect new story beats, wacky enemies, and chaos galore across Toronto. This isn't just a sequel, it's an open, quest-driven brawler. You'll explore an interconnected map, a la River City Ransom, tackling missions in your own order, fully unlocked combos from the start, and hilarious weapon use from pipes to launch pads. With 7 playable characters including Scott and Ramona, you can jump in with up to 4 friends apparently, and drop in, drop out co-op, both local and online. The return of chiptune legends Anamanaguchi for the soundtrack keeps that retro rock flair, while Paul Robertson's pixel art brings that nostalgic punch with modern polish. Coming in 2026 to Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, Scott Pilgrim EX hits that sweet spot between throwback charm and evolved open-ended gameplay, ideal for both longtime fans and newcomers ready to brawl with flair. Number 5, Splitgate II. Coming in at number 5, Splitgate II is the sequel to the breakout hit. Merging fast-paced arena shooter action with game-changing Portal mechanics, imagine Halo meets Portal, updated in Unreal Engine 5 by 1047 Games. It's officially released on June 6, 2025, the day of Summer Games Fest, as a free-to-play title across PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. What's new? Well, there's 3 unique factions in Eros, who's agile, Meridian, the support character, and Sabrask, the defensive character, plus objective modes like Hot Zone, massive new maps, and a 60-player Battle Royale mode. I'm assuming we're going to see more factions in the future. Portal Warfare scales up with crossplay, 8 versus 8 versus 8 skirmishes like the jaw-dropping Glacier map, 20 times larger than ever with slide mechanics and long-range combos. Players praise the fluid movement and polished weapon feel, comparing it to modern COD and Titanfall, while still rewarding the smart Portal plays. But it wasn't all smooth. Launch drew mixed Steam reviews due to pricey microtransactions and a controversial reveal involving the CEO's "Make FPS Great Again" hat, which many felt undercut his talk of fixing stale shooters tropes. Still, the devs promise no pay to win, loot is cosmetic only, and looks like they're already having bundle prices to address backlash, but we'll have to keep our eyes on them for after that. So if you crave smart teleport-driven combat with massive scale, Splitgate 2 is a free thrill worth trying. Number 4, End of Abyss. At number 4, we've got End of Abyss, an upcoming action RPG that blends the atmospheric dread of Bloodborne with the twisted sci-fi of Nier Automata. Developed by Arrowitz, this game has quietly become one of the most intriguing indie Souls-likes on the horizon. Set in the dark dystopian future, the world of End of Abyss is on the brink of collapse. Humanity is scattered and broken, and the remnants of civilization are stalked by grotesque biomechanical horrors. You play as a lone warrior navigating the ruins of this world, piecing together fragments of the past through cryptic storytelling and brutal combat. Combat here is fast, flashy, and vicious. Think parries, dodges, and tight stamina management, all with distinctively anime-inspired flair. Enemies are towering monstrosities and corrupted machines, and boss fights are as intense and stylish as they are punishing. It's also visually stunning, running in Unreal Engine 5, with gorgeous lighting and detailed enemy designs, and unlike many Souls-like clones, End of Abyss leans heavily into narrative, with fully voiced characters and morally ambiguous story choices that shape how your journey unfolds. There's no release date yet, but it's confirmed for PC first, with console ports planned down the line. If you're a fan of atmospheric, high-stakes action RPGs with a dark twist, keep your eyes locked on End of Abyss. This could be the next underground hit. Sliding into number 3, Into the Unwell is a fever dream roguelite that mixes chaotic co-op combat with 1930s rubber hose cartoon style. Crafted by the newcomer developer She Was Such a Good Horse, and publishing grade backed by Coffee Stain, this one's weird, wild, and totally offbeat. Play a solo, duo, or trio as customizable characters shipped into the Unwell, a surreal world of twisted creatures you'll whack with a giant ice cream sword, wobbling lollipop mace, or even other bizarre ornaments. Each run's weapons and talent upgrades change how you approach enemies and bosses. Combat is fast and unpredictable, whack and slash as many call it, with cartoon physics and larger-than-life bosses that feel like nightmares come to life. And it's not just random violence, it's a twisted spirit quest. Help eccentric inhabitants, discover oddities, and maybe emerge a little less unwell than when you started. Full release plans are apparently PC first and then console versions following it up, so if you're craving roguelike co-op with surreal style and chaotic flair, Into the Unwell is one to get on your radar. Number 2. Ill. Climbing into the number 2 position, Ill is a first-person survival horror game that delivers visceral Lovecraftian dread with every step. Built in Unreal Engine 5 by Team Clout and backed by Mindfish, its Summer Game Fest trailer was called likely the most disturbing video game trailer ever. Set in a desolate, nightmare-infested settlement, you'll wield revolvers, shotguns, even flamethrowers, as grotesque body horror creatures close in. Expect brutally realistic dismemberment and physics-driven gore that you both dread and can't look away from. That trailer wasn't holding back. Tentacled horrors, slimy mutants, ripped-apart corpses, all drenched in cinematic dread. It borrows from The Thing and Half-Life 2, with its own unnerving twist and environmental interactivity that ratchets up the tension. Under the hood, the game boasts advanced mechanics, detailed dismemberment, dynamic enemy behaviors, weapon malfunctions, crafting, and world manipulation through physics. There's no release date yet, but it's confirmed for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series S and X. If you're hunting for horror that lingers in your nightmares and tests your will to survive, Ill is a bone-chilling contender for 2026 and beyond. It'd be a sin not to have any honorable mentions with how many awesome games were mentioned at Summer Games Fest. So let's get started with honorable mention 1, Crystal of Atlan X One Punch Man. This crossover came out of nowhere, and I'm here for it. Crystal of Atlan X One Punch Man fuses the anime's absurd power scaling with slick anime action combat and stunning visuals. Saitama, Genos, and Tatsumaki join the magic meets tech world of Atlan in a limited time event full of over-the-top skills, boss fights, and fan service. If you're into gacha ARPGs, or just want to one-shot a dragon as Saitama, this collab's a blast. Honorable mention 2, Mafia The Old Country. This is one for the story lovers. Mafia The Old Country takes the classic Mafia formula back to the early 1900s, Sicily. Think horse-drawn escapes, black market gun deals, and gritty vendettas in olive fields. The visuals are cinematic, and the story looks like a gangster's epic in the making. And it leans heavily into stealth, decision-making, and moral ambiguity. If you liked Mafia 2 or The Godfather, this one's gotta be on your radar. Honorable mention 3, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a pixel art co-op beat-em-up from Tribute Games and Dotemu. Summer Games Fest just dropped a new trailer revealing She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon as playable characters, joining a 15-hero roster, including Nova, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Phyla, Captain America, Storm, Venom, and apparently more to come. With tag team swaps, chaotic combos, and stages set everywhere from New York City to the Negative Zone, this holiday release looks like pure comic book mayhem. 4-player crossplay co-op? Count me in. Number 1, Resident Evil Requiem, or Resident Evil 9 for those of you that are confused about the timeline. Anyway, topping our list at number 1 is Resident Evil Requiem, the latest entry in Capcom's legend... Capcom? Okay. The latest entry in Capcom's... I did it again. The latest entry in Capcom's legendary survival horror saga. This game promises to redefine the Resident Evil experience with a return to atmospheric tension, terrifying enemies, and a gripping story that ties deeply into the series' lore. Set in a dark quarantine city under siege from a new bioorganic threat, Requiem blends classic survival horror elements, limited resources, claustrophobic environments, and nerve-wracking puzzles with modern fluid combat and high-fidelity graphics powered by the RE engine. What sets Requiem apart is its focus on psychological horror. Expect mind-bending hallucinations, unreliable allies, and a story that digs into the human cost of bioweapons gone wrong. Resident Evil Requiem is shaping up to be the survival horror game every fan has been waiting for. Intense, immersive, and unforgettable. From retro beat-em-ups to twisted survival horror, this year's lineup was stacked. Which games are you most excited for? Drop your favorite in the comments, or let me know if I missed something you're hyped about. I definitely did. There's so many games on that list that I just didn't even talk about. Anyway, if you enjoyed the countdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns and reactions, and chat. I'll catch you on the flip side. Later!